Oh my god. Welcome to my fucking YouTube channel. Can you believe that we're here? We're fucking here, y'all. We made it to YouTube. Finally, I know a lot of you have been asking me for years to make a YouTube channel. And I finally did it. So thank you to everybody for encouraging me, and hopefully this is the start of something amazing. And I just ask that you bear with me through these learning phases. I hope to get really good quality shit to you all. It might just take a little bit, okay? It's a one-man show here. I'm learning it as I'm going. But yeah, grab your michelada. Your girl is drinking water because I gave up alcohol. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do the rest of my quarantine, but I gave up alcohol. But yeah, grab your michelada, hot Cheetos, some fucking snacks, your little eyeshadow palette, and bitch, let's get this show on the road. So I'm gonna use a concealer as my base. This is the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. I love this stuff. And this is also gonna help me clean up my brows. I usually do my brows after my makeup, like after my eye makeup, but you know, for the purpose of the video. Really clean them up and crisp them up. Hey. So I decided not to drink. Like, we're in fucking quarantine. What the hell else am I gonna do? My brother was like, why would you do that? Like, that's the only thing you know how to do. Rude. But I decided I was gonna stop. So anytime I listen to, like, you know, Bad Bunny or like songs that get me lit, I'm just like, bro, I just want to like have a few and chill, but I'm not doing that. So just let the concealer set for a little bit, and then once it's almost set in place, just blend it out. Each concealer is different. This Born This Way is very movable. Like, it'll dry, but it won't set in place, if that makes sense. So I also haven't put concealer underneath my eye on this eye, so that's why it looks a little janky. So we're gonna take this eyeshadow palette. I'm gonna take this color here. It's called Natural, with a big fluffy brush, and we're gonna use this to kind of set that concealer. We're gonna only focus this on the crease and blend it upwards. And I'm only using a few brushes for this, just to really show that you don't need all that many brushes. So this also doesn't have to be perfect. Like, this is just that step to keep all of our other eyeshadows blended nicely, but it's definitely not like one of those steps that if you over blend or you add too much shadow, it's gonna ruin everything. We're going back into the palette and we're taking the color right underneath it, this one here. It's called Upbeat, and I'm just taking a brush like this, and this is going to be more of the transition shade. So this is more of the color that you're actually gonna see. So I would say that this color, you want to actually start building like the crease shape that you want, and taking it further up. But as you take it further up, apply less pressure. And if you're not very good, or you don't have too many, you're not very familiar with how to work brushes, if you hold your brush closer to the end of it, the end of the handle, it applies a lot less pressure. So as you go higher, you just want to apply less pressure, because you don't want like the orange up here. You want more of the color pay off in the actual crease. I'll take a little bit more. You can, if If you find that you're not getting the actual color that you want, just stamp it in, and that will allow the actual color payoff to come out, and it helps you blend. So all of this work that you're doing now, it's kind of like this is the first brush that we use. It's just the guide, and it's going to make it a lot easier for the other shadow that you're gonna add to blend into itself. So you're doing all this work before, so at the end your eyeshadow looks bomb. We're gonna take this color here. It's called In the Crease. It's like the brightest orange. So as you can see, the colors are pretty similar or in the same family. They just range in brightness. The first one was like a little muted. It was more gray, more skin tone. The second one was a lot more orange, but it wasn't as bright. And then this one is like boom, in your face bright. So like I said, adding like all of those shades and the transition shade first is just gonna help the colors blend into each other nicely. But one thing that I do is I hold my mirror, so I'm looking straight into my mirror. I look, or like I tilt my chin down, just because I'm normally looking up at people. So this here that I see in the mirror is what people are gonna see when they see me. So I just want to make sure that that crease is nicely blended, but you can also get that color, because the worst part also for those of you who have hooded eyes, it's like doing all of this work, and then once you open your eyes or you look a certain way, all of your work is gone. So that's why I do that. That's one thing that I recommend when you're doing your makeup, you're doing your eyebrows. Turn at different angles just to make sure that, you know, your makeup looks good any which way you turn. So our next shade is this one here called Highlight. We're gonna take that with our finger first. You can completely choose to skip this step, but I feel like it makes a huge difference. I apply it with my finger first, get that as a base, and the warmth of your finger is just gonna melt the product into your skin. But you know, I'm extra, and I'm pretty sure you're extra, and you know that I'm extra, so there's gonna be more steps. I'm gonna take a setting spray. This is Ben Nye liquid set. It's for it's like a mixing spray. And we're just gonna take our brush and blend it onto there just to like wet the bristles. We're going back into Highlight, and we're just gonna, you know, go to town. This step can also help you like really clean up your look or create that crease cut that's very popular on Instagram. I just really focus in the inner corner with this and pat it on the rest of my lid. I do this step more so to get like the wow factor, like the very bright and in your face color. And we're gonna take this brush again and use In the Crease, which is the more orange shade. And we're just okay, so I'm just making sure that there's no like harsh lines, everything is nicely blended onto each other. And boom, you have a killer liner, like you're ready to stop a bitch. I just wish a bitch would. So I got my lashes with glue. We're just gonna pop these bad boys on. And then while that dries, I just want to make sure that my lower lash line is blended. I hadn't put concealer on this side, so that's why I'm also doing it to balance this out, because this side looks fly and then this side is just kind of questionable. This side of my face has a lot more like hyperpigmentation and acne scars, so I just try to balance it out, you know, like me echo la mano. And then we're gonna go over this lash line because it's exposing me. Like, I mean, who's gonna think that my eyelashes are naturally this bomb? But with that eyeshadow on the lash band, less people are gonna believe that. Set your under eye. So I'm not gonna bake, I'm just literally pressing this into the skin and taking it off basically as soon as I apply it. Oh, brown liner, and use this in our waterline. We're gonna do a very little amount because I don't want this to be too dark. A little bit on the top to just mesh yours with the false lashes. I'm gonna add a little bit of liner on top to conceal. Now we're gonna take this Stila, it's called Glitter and Glow in the shade Sunset Fire, and just as it says in the name, this shit is fire. Like, it looks so pretty. We're gonna put this in the inner corner. As you can see, I did it on that side, and it just looks so nice. And if you were ever to wear this, like, whenever you go to the beach or somewhere that's like really bright, your eyes would look amazing. Like, this is definitely a freaking vibe. This is a vacation vibe. Like, this is, you're trying to look your best, you're trying to get that sugar daddy across the room, you know, like, this is like effortless, but it makes an impact, you know? This is like your best face. I'm just gonna keep putting more of this glitter on because I love it. Like, it's so pretty. I die. So good. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom you out so you can see the rest of the face. So this is the finished product. I just threw on a nude lip with some gloss, some sparkly gloss, because I feel like this look definitely needs a sparkly gloss, like a gold gloss. Makes me feel like I'm on vacation, like I'm walking down the beach somewhere, warm sand with a coconut in my hand and all these men. We can wish, right? Like, this quarantine got me fucked up, makes me miss the outside and the world. But yeah, I hope you guys liked it and I hope you found it super easy to follow. I think that this is one of the easiest ways to look super put together and look like you know what you're doing, but it's super easy. So I hope you all found it easy too, and thank you so much for watching. Really frustrating. I need a Stephen Perkins in my life. This is why I can't make YouTube videos. I lose everything. Oh Lord, I really don't know where